Okay, ready? Cool, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have a look. Cool. Yeah, so I've never flown a quad before, and well, I flew a friend's little mini thing once on super easy mode. But anyway, so I'm pretty excited to see how this turns out, if it's really actually a good setup for someone who's never done anything like this. So hopefully it's helpful to some other people in deciding if they want to buy this Turnigy SK450 RTF package with the radio and everything. I didn't even know what the front is. I think the green arms are the front, I just read, so I don't even know how to tell that. Alright, it seems like I got somewhere. It's, you know, I didn't even know that there's counterclockwise and clockwise propellers on one of these, so that was good to know. But anyway, it wasn't bound to the receiver, so you got to bind the receiver. That only takes a second. You just plug in the battery, then you hold the bind button here, turn on the transmitter, bloop, bloop, and then that was it. To arm it, like to get it ready to fly, I didn't even know what that was. You go down and you hold it to the right, and then it goes arm, then you can power it up. And to turn it off the arm, you hold down and you go left. So that's pretty decent. In the settings are really easy to get around in on the KK 2.0 computer here. And so I had to go into receiver settings and reverse a couple things. I would hold right and it would go left. And so there's a couple basics that was easy to figure out. It's pretty, it has the dual rates, so I can switch it over to a little bit easier controls, and this here flips it over to auto level, and when you do it, it says it on screen, which is comforting, so you know that it's on that mode. Alright, here's kind of the first problem I came across. Is one of the motors, after I fired them all up to like 50% throttle, one of the motors would stop, same motor every time. But after I watched a video on how to calibrate the throttle, it seems to have fixed that problem. So if anyone else has any pointers on that topic, let me know, but it seems to have fixed it. Another thing that was easy to do was to go in and set up the auto level, like just calibrate it. You have to have it on a really flat surface. I don't know if you're supposed to do that every time you fly, but it's easy enough to do. That might be a good idea. Yeah, then you go to your menu, this far right button. You go down to sensor calibration. You hit enter. Then you put it down on a level surface. You hit one more time and you just let it do its thing. And there we go. It says calibrating, and then they all say okay. So I don't know if you do that every time you fly, but it's pretty quick, and I guess it's just so that it's the auto level works correctly. And then the other thing that was I found a little bit confusing in the manual is to do the throttle calibration, so that it knows your throttle range on your radio. That didn't seem to be set up very good because I had a little motor problem. Anyway, the confusing thing about the throttle calibration, which you should do without the propellers on, was that you kind of need four hands almost. But turn your radio on, and then you set the throttle to full. Get rid of that. Then you have to hold button number 1 and button number 4 at the same time. Hold them down, and then with your other hand somehow plug in your battery. So that's what I found confusing, but it turns out that's how you have to do it. And then as you do that, then you have to still not let go of the buttons. Go over here, put your throttle back down after the beep, and then after it's, you know, beeps again, and says calibrated, then you can let go. So it's like a little bit of a scientific procedure, but I figured that out from a good video online here. This quadcopter build, KK 2.0 initial setup by Illuminar RC. So if you have any trouble with all those settings, go check out that guy's video. It was really simple, and I found it very helpful. So hopefully we're all ready to go. All right, so final thoughts. I guess a lot of people seem to whine online that this quadcopter is not RTF. It's not really ready to fly. But I've never seen like an airplane. I've had like 20 airplanes. I've never seen one that actually was ready to fly, even though it says that. I mean, the first plane I ever had, the tail came off in the air because I didn't know you were supposed to glue it because it said ready to fly, right? And that was actually on like the 7th or 8th flight somehow. But anyway, so it seems decent to me, and I guess if it's not ready to fly, then you get to learn a bit about what you're going to fly instead of just going and flying it and having no idea what makes it work. So anyway, I've learned a couple things, and I'm excited to go give this thing a go. And so stay tuned for episode 2. All right, see ya.